All right, so another one of our favorite submissions, the Kimura. Kimura is a very, very devastating submission, okay? It's one of the submissions that when you apply it properly and you really get a break, it's the end of the fight. It's quite common to see people, get broken from arm bars or, even leg locks or something, and then be able to finish the rest of the match. But if you get somebody with a Kimura, that's the end, So on the street or, in a match, if you have somebody in a Kimura and you put it on, you take it all the way, that's absolutely the end of whatever altercation that was, okay? So it's one that you have to be careful with in training. So let's look at one of our favorite setups from Side Control. So I have Paul in front of me, okay? Just to come a little bit this way, move in. All right, so I'm going to start with a crossface and an underhook, okay? Just like this. Now, if he has his forearm like this on my neck, what I'm going to do, my left hand comes through, I get a 10-finger grip, I flare, bring my head underneath, and I recapture an underhook. Now from here, my right hand comes over the top of his head, my left elbow, I use this underhook and I pinch everything in to his sternum. And I have quite a bit of pressure here, I hope you guys can see that, where I'm using my body weight and I'm pushing it into his sternum. So then when I tripod up, there's heaps of pressure on Paul. I punch his hand down, put my hand on the floor, keeping this pressure, okay, on him. This is just like as a extra base, and I walk across, maintain this crazy pressure. And from here, I move into north-south, and I clamp his head. From here, I lift, my hand comes underneath, and I lock my Kimura grip, all right? Now, in order to break this grip, what we're going to do, we're going to pin this to our chest, we're going to lift out, up, and then behind. It's very common to get a tap here, but to really get the tightest Kimura possible, what we're going to do is we're going to fall to our shoulder onto his hip, just like this. We're going to flare our legs as wide as possible so we cannot get swept. And the key to finishing the Kimura is making sure that his wrist and elbow are in the same line. Okay, so I'm not actually going to try and finish it here, okay, but I just want it in the same line. And then to actually finish, I don't want to push, I want to use the strength of my back and pull away. And that's how we get an amazing Kimura. And we're using the strength of our back, which is stronger than our pushing muscles, to basically start moving his wrist all the way behind his back. So we're pulling like that, and that's what's actually bringing his wrist behind his elbow and getting us the break. So one more time. I'm here in Side Control. He has this neck frame. I come underneath, I get a 10-finger grip, I flare my elbow, bring my head underneath, and recapture the underhook. My right elbow comes over the top and I pinch his head in. Now my left elbow goes into his sternum and I'm pulling his tricep. Okay, now I can pass his arm down, tripod over, and I can even use my knee on his head like this to make him face down, now clamp on his head. My right hand comes through, I take my Kimura grip. If I need to break the grip, I pin it to my chest, I go out, up, and away, and then I fall with my shoulder to his hip, and I have this very wide spread of my legs over his head. So it's very difficult to get swept here. I'm quite stable. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that his elbow and wrists are in the same line. You guys can see that. And now from here, I actually just move my head away. And that's what starts to move his wrist behind his back, just like that. And this is the ultimate way to finish a Kimura. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Kimura is extremely reliable. If you get this submission, that's the end of any altercation. And it's very versatile as well. You can use it to take the back and do all kinds of different things.